There are certain dogs that Littlest Pet Shop hasn't really made yet that I personally have an obsession with, and one of them is the standard poodle. And you're probably watching this and you're like, yeah, they do have the poodle. What are you talking about? Yeah, well, this is the Littlest Pet Shop poodle. I mean, look at that receding hairline, and they tried to save it by giving this tuft of doll hair at the top. Absolutely not. I am making my own version of the poodle, even if it means I have to use a Great Dane base to make it. Speaking of base, this base is not an authentic Littlest Pet Shop before anybody freaks out. This was made by Mini LPS Shop. I'll go ahead and link that in my description. They have blank bases, but I ran out, so I'm just going to go ahead and use one of their fakes instead. And these are good quality fakes, because as you could see at the very beginning when I tried cutting off the ears, I literally could not do it. I tried heating up my scissors and stuff, but I literally couldn't get the ears off, so I just went ahead and got epoxy clay and covered it off with a big poodle afro. After an absurd amount of epoxy clay with the very heavy head, because it has so many attachments, I went ahead and got some very watered down apple barrel white paint and did a base coat. For this poodle, I'm going to go ahead and do a ginger poodle. I don't have a ginger standard poodle, but that is my dream dog, so we're just gonna, this is the closest I'm going to get to having one, unfortunately. At least for a while, maybe someday. This will be another mascot of mine. As I was making this, I truly fell in love with this creation. I know my mascot is Miss Cosette the Luna Moth Deer, but I guess I'm gonna have two now because I just cannot part with this one. She won't be for sale, unfortunately, because I just fell in love. I'm sorry. I was really nervous making this creation because I was really trying to hide the Great Dane part of it. You can definitely tell that I used a Great Dane Littlest Pet Shop base for this, but I do feel like I did make it look more like a poodle, and I utilized like the tall legs for the Great Dane and the way the face is shaped to make it look like a poodle. As you can see, this took a absurd amount of watered down layers. I had to paint this base at least 5 times because there was just some patchy spots and stuff. I just had to keep going over and over and over again, but I finally perfected it. I think this is the point where I actually started to see the Littlest Pet Shop really come all together. Like the epoxy clay is starting to blend in and genuinely look like it's part of the Littlest Pet Shop, and things weren't patchy anymore, and you can actually see that it looks like a poodle. I'll do a little more cleanup work off the camera. I know it looks a little patchy at this angle, but I promise I'll fix it. At this point, I just started adding a small amount of detail, like giving her a little cream colored muzzle. This little poodle reminded me of like, I don't know, like a cocoa, mocha, chai, coffee kind of gal. So I added some like highlights and streaks in her hair, but then I ended up kind of hating it and just painting all over that. I don't know. I feel like I didn't have to do too many patterns or details on this, mainly because there's so much attachments and adjustments to it already. Do I really need to go crazy with that part? Not really. Now I am giving her a mouth and just kind of outlining it. And next I'm going to start doing her eyelashes, which is like the scariest part. I always struggle with the eyes because I either make it a little asymmetrical or I end up like accidentally smearing it and then I have to color match the base all over again to fix it. But for surprisingly, I did pretty dang good this time. I was so proud of myself, y'all. I actually got new paintbrushes, which kind of changed my life, you guys. I was using super cheap paintbrushes for all of these, and ever since getting an expensive one, oh my goodness, like it is so much easier to paint with. I feel so much better. I also made some accessories off camera. I probably forgot to tell you guys that part. It was just really simple. I just used some ribbon and I super glued it together with a little gem on it because I thought she could just use a little glam. I painted her eyes green, the same color as the accessories and also the same color as my other mascot, Cosette. You can see that they have a similar vibe. After that, I painted her paws to have the same color as her muzzle, just to have like another small, subtle detail. Make her super, super cute. And of course, it wouldn't be a cozy custom if I didn't add freckles. I swear, I unintentionally add freckles to all of my Littlest Pet Shops. I don't even mean to, but I end up finishing it sometimes and I'm like, you know what would make this custom cuter if I just added some freckles. It's so small but so cute. I just can't help it. After that, it was the final touch, which is adding the little highlight into her eye. I went ahead and did a little flower shape just because I thought it was super, super cute. And of course, another subtle detail that I love to do is giving her paws. So I went ahead and gave her some little heart-shaped, cute, adorable little paws. Oh, this is so cute. I just love the way she turned out so much. I sprayed this down a few times with Mr. Super Clear just so she's extra sturdy for all these paint layers. And lastly, I gave her the resin to gloss her eyes, the final part. After that final detail of just making her eyes super shiny, pretty, and glossy, she was all completely done. I think she looks better than the Littlest Pet Shop's Poodles. I think she's pretty cute. You can definitely tell she's a Dane. originally, but I still think she looks precious and I love her just the way she is and will be keeping her. So that's all I have for you guys today, but thank you for watching and stay cozy.